Welcome back to the Power Slap podcast. We're here with Vernon Cathey and Buddy V.
Hey, how's everything going?
Good. We really appreciate you coming on. And I never thought I'd get into Power Slap, but since we know like Dorian and No Love, and so I started watching. Man, you guys are monsters, and I love this sport.
Good. We need all the fans we can get. So.
Okay, but I mean, the blow up is real because it's funny how with as many supporters as you guys have, I feel like it was almost an equal amount of haters, but they're viewing it all the same. They're still watching every episode start to finish. So I mean, you're still getting all those millions of views.
Yeah, I get plenty of hate. You are correct. It's about 50-50. There's the hate is there.
My belief as a content creator is you can hate it all you want. You're still watching.
That's right.
And I don't know why, but the difference between YouTube Live and Rumble Live got some real gangster comments more than YouTube. Like there's some way more negativity on Rumble, which makes me laugh, but they're still watching.
Oh yeah, it's funny because Rumble's a very big sponsor of ours, so it's like, you know how people are. They're just gonna get their opinion out there and say what they want to say, which is perfectly fine.
Right.
Before we get into the whole Power Slap thing, though, can you tell me a little bit about the Highland Games? Because I was watching an interview with you, and then you were like, it's like a strong man where we're hanging out and drinking beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best sport I've ever done. It's usually every weekend somewhere in America there's a Highland Games going on. There's big ones, there's small ones, and it's a traditional strongman competition from Scotland. So we have 9 events. We throw actual stones. We throw a weight for distance. We throw a bale of straw with a pitchfork, and then we also throw a caber, which is like a tree. So like a 16 to 18 foot tree that weighs 70 to 110 pounds. We flip it end over end.
Damn.
Yep.
How does one get into that?
I just had some friends, Doug Cressley and Jared Cressley, contacted me, and then this was years ago, and one thing led to another, and I started practicing and competing, and it's a really big family. So if you go to any Highland Games and you're a new competitor, everyone helps you out. They want to see you win, so that's good family.
Damn. All right. I like that. Hey, I like to drink and have fun and do fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're always at festivals. They're always at like Renaissance festivals or stuff like that. So then there's always beer and good things happening. So
would you do that, buddy? I saw you do that race where you go through the mud and all that other stuff. And
the Spartan race. Hell yeah. I live for that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I just love being active, going about, having fun. So that's why I was just saying it. I'm like, man, if they got someone from my weight class, I'll go do it.
It's 200 and under and 200 and above.
Oh, see, okay. I genuinely thought it was legitimately for like just big guys, and I was like, I picture like you said, big stones and then get the hell out of their way.
I competed in the lightweight division, 200 and under, so I cut weight to compete, just like I do in Power Slap. I cut weight.
Okay. Dang, all right. I didn't know that.
But that's another question. How do you get into Power Slap? I know how like Dorian got seen because of street beefs. Like, how do the rest of you like get into the house, get into the Power Slap? How did that go about?
I was contacted by them through Devin Schwan. Me and Devin Schwan were supposed to fight years ago, and multiple times one thing happened to another, and we weren't able to ever match it up. So they were going to accept him, and he's like, hey, you got to bring my buddy Vern on, and they did. So, and then here we are now.
Is it almost surreal, being able to meet Dana White, Michael Bisping, Forrest Griffin, all these big names that I know all of us have been just like watching for years and years?
It was awesome. Bisping was awesome. Dana White was awesome. Everyone that I met in the organization, honestly, is they're just genuine people. Dana White, he's a genuine guy. If you fuck up, he's going to tell you fucked up. I mean, he doesn't hold anything back, which I like. If I did something inappropriate, he would definitely tell me to my face and probably tell the world. So I love the openness about what's going on.
Hey, buddy, I got Forrest Griffin right there, buddy.
Forrest Griffin, he was funny. Like he's always he was elusive. Like one day I had to go cut weight, and I'm like putting my stuff in my locker, and then he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm cutting weight. How much weight you got to cut?" And I'm like, 5 pounds. He's like, "Okay," and he just like walks away. So it's just like, it's just like he's just a normal guy, and he runs the Performance Institute. He runs the PI Center. So, obviously he's the boss, and I was just like, what did I do? But no, he's just being him.
He completely missed a catch in power slap too. The dude went down and he completely missed him. I was like, Forrest, you missed him.
It's hard. You don't know which way they're going to fall. I mean, some people fall back. I fall to the side. Like, you don't know. So, we know why we're there.
So I heard like the ground is it like is it a little cushiony, like a little bounce to it?
It is really cushy. I actually wish it wasn't that cushy. I wish it was harder. Because when you get dazed, I mean, you're just like walking on pillows. It's not I don't like it. But it's safety, and they're about safety, so I got to deal with it.
Right.
So I gotta ask, because this was a big discussion in the chat when Destroyer and Disturbing the Peace were going at it. The leaning on the table, is that allowed or is that not allowed? Because there was an argument about that in the comments.
The ref will make you touch the table. You have to be in contact with the table if you are getting hit. So 100% he can lean on it if he wants.
Okay, because that was a big argument in there, is like, what was that? Because people were like, oh, the Destroyer's cheating because he's leaning in, and they're like, no, you can lean on the table. And I'm like, I honestly don't know. This is one of the few sports I watch where I didn't know all the rules.
So initially, when you're going to get hit, like you're getting, you have to lean on the table. They want you to touch the table. It's just to keep you in an accurate spot for the competitor to hit you. So it's all about accuracy. So at that point, if they just make a boundary of like, hey, you have to be at the table, you're consistently in the same spot. And then the striker must go back and forth in his position to find out his spot to hit him. So it's just a step to keep it accurate. But once you get hit, leaning on the table, they're like, you better not do that. They want to see you a little more cautious and stuff like that.
Okay, because I know that my favorite was when DTP was talking. He's like, I see you trying to run with it. Nice job, kid, trying to run with it. I was like, ooh, see the slow-mo. Just.
You know what, though? I don't flinch a millimeter.
No.
I watched your fights, and the way how hard you guys hit is absolutely ridiculous to just stand there and eat one like that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I've lost obviously by a ref stoppage, but I've never been knocked out. I mean, and it is you're getting hit hard. I mean, hard. Like knockouts in the UFC happen with you're moving your head and all that. But even in the UFC, every knockout's an unprotected hit. I mean, there's very rarely you're going to see someone have their fist up against their head and they get knocked out.
Yeah.
So it's massive hits.
That was that fight with you and Hintz, right? Because if I'm remembering correctly, I think I'm starting to put it together. When you jump back up, it does kind of look like you're trying to balance yourself on pillows.
Yeah, it's really cushy. And even AJ, when I knocked him out, you saw him like bobbling around. I mean, it's hard.
Hit each other so hard.
Both
hit each other so hard.
I didn't think
even my losses are entertaining. Because who's going to want to watch a guy get hit in the face that's flinching the whole time? Like Carice, when Carice was going against, was it Travis? Yeah, Travis on the TV show. I mean, Carice was just, massively flinching, and that's not entertaining. If I get knocked out and I'm just standing there, the world's going to love it. I lost, but, that's what we're there for. So I want it to stay that way.
What is the purpose of the powder?
Technically, it's for marking, so they can see where you hit. I think they could do a better job of assessing that. But, it's an upcoming sport. The refs are new, the catchers are new, everyone's new. I mean, we'll have 4 matches in, besides our original prelims. This will be the 4th tournament. So you can't expect everyone to be 100% at this point. So, it's evolving and it's going great.
Now, in case the listeners don't know, because this is only our second show, and if I'm wrong, correct me, but you're allowed to hit from here up and not across the ear, right?
Man, I love you say that, because yes, that's the rule. Do I think they're following it?
I
No.
was going to say that too. People are getting blasted with the palm of that hand.
Can I ask you guys an honest question?
Yeah.
Have you seen the frontal view of my hit in slow motion on me? Alan hitting me?
I do watch them, but if you're going to, I don't like pay that much to.
They have never released the slow motion front hit on me.
That's what I do watch your fights. I watch them all, but it's hard to remember them all. Is that
you can Google it? It's not out there. He ruptured my eardrum. He hit me high enough that he ruptured my eardrum. Like I was bleeding later, but it's fine. We're growing the sport. I don't care. But I don't think everyone's hitting correctly. I always you can even see where I hit people on the face. You can see my fingerprints, like my palm prints. You can see them. And my fingertips and all that. And the sport's going to grow. They're going to get tighter. They're going to get it figured out. So I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's got to be nice to know that you were part of the beginning of something that once was underground, but now you're getting paid for it. And you're essentially a face of everything that's going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, shit. And I was going to ask, do you think reach matters since everyone's in a specific position? Or, someone's a little shorter that might have to overextend and might accidentally get a foul and twist their foot up or something?
If you can control your feet, reach is 100% an advantage. It's just physics at that point, The arm's longer, it's traveling further, it's got more speed and more velocity. So yeah.
That's another thing with the feet. What's the rule on that? Because I thought they weren't supposed to come up at all, but everybody's heels are this high off the ground. Our
heels can come up, but we can't pivot and turn our foot to push our hips.
Okay.
So when you make a right hook and you lift and turn, and then your hips follow through and everything, we're keeping that down. Because I'm telling you, if I could pivot and turn my heel and do everything, I mean, I don't know if there's very many people that are literally going to stand there and take it.
Oh yeah, no. How much force?
It's so hard.
I mean, look at Russell. Russell knocked out AJ. Yeah. And he pivoted. Could he have done it without pivoting? Probably. But, I knocked AJ down. He knocked AJ down. At this point, it's just a battle. But if we can keep the feet down and keep people their feet planted, and we can just focus on, the clubbing and stuff like that, I think that's what's going to make the sport go faster and grow faster.
Mm-hmm. And I know that with the first season, you were a lot more calm. And you said when you come out and you come back, you're not going to be as calm. That you're going to be a little bit more energetic and whatnot. I mean, you want to speak on that a little bit?
I got a lot to lose. I'm 50-50 right now, and this isn't baseball, so it's not good. So, I have 2 knockouts. I've been technical knockout, I guess, twice. I'm a real calm guy. I mean, you watch me walk out, you watch me before the matches, it's always been how I am. And maybe I need to step it up a little bit, and I don't have the adrenaline there. So maybe I need to get pumped up. And I've just never been nervous, I'm like, there's not much to be nervous about in my eyes. I don't get nervous.
Even your first time?
No, I was fine. Yeah. Super calm.
I think about that. And so Buddy's an MMA fighter. I always joke that I can only 90s fight because everybody's trained now. And I used to just street fight when nobody knew anything.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got into fights, you don't think about it because you're mad. It's spur of the moment, whatever. Buddy's in an MMA fight. They're feeling each other out. They get to go in there. You just have to walk up, stand there, and go, all right, I got to eat this.
Yeah. And my thing is, I'm just okay with either outcome. If I win or lose, I know it's going to happen. And I guess it's real nice being able to just control my emotion like that and just kind of just be calm. And, in any fight, technically you should be calm because that's when you're aware and you can see. But I think in this, I need some adrenaline. So I'm going to have to try to focus on that.
I mean, I feel like with fighters and all sorts of these leagues, ego is one of the biggest things that could destroy any of us. I mean, you let that ego get to you, that some of my heaviest losses, I had to take lots of time to make sure my ego was put away, and I was like, you know what? It really is just me. Okay, I'm over it now. Okay, woo, let's get back to the drawing board. Keep working.
Yeah.
So how do you train for power slap? Is that something you do? Like, do you practice the slap? I mean, you can't really practice eating them, right? Because that would just put more.
Yeah. You can to a point, but I don't do too much on that. I mean, I do, but it's not like, no one's ever hit me 100%. On the throw, I practice on that, and I'm proud to say I'm 100% foul free. I've never had a foul. I've never committed a foul, and I think I can keep that up. So on my striking, I'm good, and so yeah, I just train just like make sure my shoulder's good, do a lot of reps, and I work with bending my fingers back, like a shot put, so I can get the drag across the face, and I just don't want to tear any muscles, and so you just work your arm out and just make sure you're stretched and everything's good.
And I've noticed you guys had like different slappers have different ways they hold their hand too. Like some will almost do like the Vulcan, like Star Wars thing.
I wish they would. I wish they had kind of standardized that. I mean, they do to a point in the meetings, but like when a guy's like slapping you like this, the thumb's going to go in the eye, a finger's going in the eye.
I see one of those. Ooh.
I mean, every time I hit someone, I'm here and it's going across. I don't want to poke anyone's face or anyone's eye or anything like that. So, I think people need to understand like this. Technically, you should have your hand like this.
I heard Bisbing say something about how you kind of pride yourself on dragging the fingers across the face.
Yep. And by doing that, and I keep my hand flat, I hit correctly. If I hit high and my hand's coming all the way across your eyeballs, I didn't hit you right. So yeah, I take pride in that, and that's my biggest thing. I want to be foul free, win or lose. I don't want to have fouls.
Yeah, I can respect that absolutely. And you're probably like taste the fingers. No,
I ate some chicken earlier, fool.
Right. I left the grease just for you. Was that KFC or Church's chicken? You figure out. Bam. I saw that. I didn't know how you got it, but when I watched they put the names up. I see the mechanic.
Yep.
Nickname. How did that come to be? I'm curious about that.
See my hands?
Oh shit.
I literally just left work. I really am a mechanic. That's what I do for a living. I grew up here on the farm, and it was just a name that it just worked out, like Vern the mechanic. It went really smooth, and just like John Davis, John the Machine Davis. It's a smooth name, so yeah, it just worked out. And I'm a mechanic, so I love it.
Hell yeah! I was gonna ask too. When you guys are in the house, are you allowed to like smoke some weed too, or do you have to be like completely clean?
Yeah, that's another controversy for me, because technically it's on the banned substance list, and there's a big, because I don't do it.
Okay.
But it makes me want to do it, because everyone I've heard are like, yeah, you just get real stoned and it feels, you feel fine. You just know how to stumble around when you're stoned. I'm like, oh, okay. But, they say they test people, but I know how the testing works, and there's no level limit. It's either you're positive or you're negative when it comes to THC. But
so in the UFC, weed is no longer a banned substance, but in Power Slap it is.
It is. It is in UFC, and it is in Power Slap. It depends on where the fight's at.
Okay, so, yeah, so Nevada Athletic Commission took weed off of.
Yep.
UFC, yeah. But for Power Slap, it's
on, but it's like you can't do it the day of, they say.
Okay.
But like if you go to Texas, I do believe Texas is 100% banned.
That's that whole Diaz thing. He wants his fight out of Texas because of the weed ban.
Yeah. So if UFC went to Texas, they would have to tell all their fighters, hey, listen up, dipshits. Don't fucking get stoned, 3-4 days before the match. And I mean, when's the last time they had a match in Texas?
No, did they? No, that was Florida. All Florida for COVID. So yeah.
So that's where they're kind of going away from the spots. I'm assuming, that you can fail a test on that. So
Yeah, it has robbed us fans though. Like the Diaz brothers have both been suspended for weed. Nick way more. He got like a 5-year suspension or something crazy. So we didn't get to see him fight.
And honestly, it's dumb. Is it a performance enhancing drug? No. I mean, does it take away some of the pain? Obviously, yes, but it's nothing in my eyes. It's a big deal.
And then the pain is one thing, but it's not going to stop you from getting knocked out.
Yeah. And and the other thing is like we're not bench pressing. We're not doing any like physical activity to see exactly how strong we are. So there's never a point in it to me.
Got it. See, I like that. I never smoke day of. I always wait till right after my fight because then it makes it taste even better. Sit there waiting. I'm like, all right, as soon as I'm done, walk out that cage, dap everyone up. Good job, buddy. All right, cool. Win, lose. Give me a 2 minutes. Go right to my backpack.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I think fighters are crazy when I hear, oh, yeah, I fight high. I'm like, you what? You what? Like, that seems like it should be the most sober time of your life.
Yeah, I'm 100% like, there's probably 3 or 4 of us. I'm like the cleanest one on the league, man. I don't even take supplements. Like,
dang, all right.
Well, the thing is, like with the supplements, because we're under UFC guidelines, there's USADA. It's got to be USADA certified. And if it's not, then, I just don't want to get popped on something stupid. And, everyone's like, oh, Vern tested positive for steroids. When it's like, no, I literally took some supplement from Walmart that wasn't, controlled.
It was just creatine from Walmart, okay?
Yeah, and they're like, okay.
So do you know what's next? Do you have your next fight set up yet, or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. I'm assuming I'll be on September, and it'll be a thing where it's like I have to win type deal. I don't know who they'll give me. They'll probably give me TJ Thomas, I'm assuming, or someone like that, or maybe Devin Cross or Donovan Cross, or who knows, maybe me and Devin, like a rematch. That'd be kind of awesome. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just day by day, I just do as I'm told, and I'm an employee, so I'm just waiting for the phone calls.
I like that. Sitting there waiting. Yeah, give me my paycheck. Let me go get back to business. Would you think you might ever step outside of Slap League? Maybe do some boxing or anything else too, or no? Just the Highland Games and the Slap League.
I would love to. I'm older than most people, which isn't a big deal. I'm a fit guy, and I'm fine there. If Bare Knuckle called me and said, "Hey, Vern, you want to do it?" Yeah, I'd probably do it. I mean, hell, even if Dana White was like, "Hey, Vern, your last shot, we'll give you one fucking match in the UFC. You give me 3 months, and I'll do anything." So I'm fine. Yeah, wherever they send me, I'm good.
You got 2 big Bare Knuckle fans here, and if you're ever bored, check out our other show, MMA Underground. We got a lot of Bare Knuckle fighters on there, and I always say, you got to be a little touched in the head to be a fighter. You have to be a lot touched in the head to be a Bare Knuckle fighter.
I know. I mean, it's the same thing. Like I'm going out there not even flinching to get hit. So we're a special breed. So
we always ask people, would you do slap on our other show? And I've been always in the comments like, I'll do it until I get knocked out. But the first time I get knocked out, I'm done. So like if I get 13 fights without getting knocked out, I'm doing 13 fights. If I get knocked out the first time, I'm like, yep, I did it once. I'm done.
Me, I don't even care. Whatever. If I get knocked out, it's fine.
That's a whole different type. That's the touched in the head thing I'm talking about. Most people don't think that way. Well, buddy, do you have anything else before we let him get out of here so we don't take up his whole day?
No, absolutely not. I ran through all my questions, so I'm happy.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on, Vern. Do you want to let people know where they can follow you? I don't know if you do the social media thing, but you should if you're in Power Slap.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, and it's Vercules 200. And if you just Google my name, Vernon Cathey, like I'm the only one in America. Like, so It's easy. It's easy to find me. You Google my name and it pops up. So,
or if they like to mispronounce your name, I guess Vernon Cathey.
Yeah. They always say Cathey, but it's Cathey. And the only other thing I want to say is, July 7th, on Rumble, that's Power Slap 3. So everyone needs to get out there and watch it and support it and get it going. If you like it, watch it. If you hate it, watch it. Just watch it.
Yeah, well, it seems like it's one of those things that, okay, so like it's like a Floyd Mayweather fight. You watch it because you love him, or you watch him because you hate him, but you're still going to watch.
Yep. And I have a lot of haters. So in my next fight, it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of people hating.
Yeah, feel the fire.
Well, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys too, and you guys have a good day. Thank you guys, and everyone tune in July 7th on Rumble.
Yeah,
Power
make
Slap
sure you
3.
hit that like and subscribe if you're on Rumble. Hit that follow button. We got a bunch of other shows, and as I always say, one world, one love, deuces.
See you guys later.